Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna. So we'll start our discussion from 14th sloka onwards. 14th, 10th chapter, 11th canto. We'll finish this chapter because remaining slokas, they are not much. So telling about any special information. So they are specifically telling about the karma. So Jainis, the followers of the Jainis, they accept karma as permanent asset. Actually, the result of karma as the permanent asset. So it will come anyway. Jainis concept also will come, and their views, how they are going to create the bondage. So that is explained here actually. So we'll start from 14 onwards. In 13th sloka, actually, we were seeing that how the yogi is getting the liberation. That you can see 3rd canto, 28th chapter actually. Sorry, 28th. So there, how the yogi, you can refer the sloka number. I can tell you how to refer from 34 onwards. 34 onwards, if you study in the 3rd canto, 28th chapter. So I was saying that I will be explaining how that yogi who is meditating on the Paramatma will get the finally the liberation. So that is very clearly explained by this Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti. So from 34 sloka onwards, if you see, you can get in detail. Okay. It means Nirandhanam, this thing you sana, so that Linga Deha Dahanam, everything will be understanding there. 34 onwards. Okay, that is the thing from the last class. How the yogis are getting the soul liberation in the path of the yoga. So Gnana Yoga. They Gnana yogis also they do, yeah, meditation, and finally, yes, they get. So that's why in your life always you remember this wherever you go. This is absolute truth, and this is the world of karmis, and this, and also there is a society of vikarmis, and these karmis are so doing what? Karmis will be doing the karmarpanam. Karmi means he is working for himself, and once this karmarpanam, so this is karmarpanam. So by doing the offering the results of karma, so they started connecting with the to absolute truth. Journey will start later. This is path of gnana, and this is a path of bhakti. And this karmarpanam is 2 types. So one is without love, and another is with love. So without love means they will get the finally detachment. This is the detachment. So the detachment, and they will enter into this in the path of Gnana. So then they will start doing the Yama, Niyama, and all those, and inquiring about more and more about Brahman. So, and Yama, Niyama, Pranayam, all these. And in the path of Bhakti, entry door is what? This is entry door. This is Shraddha. Purna Shraddha. Not Shraddha means not you, we are having. That is not the full Shraddha. Of course, you might be having, but I don't have. I'm trying to get. So, Purna Shraddha. If you have Purna Shraddha, then you are entering into the door of Bhakti, that is known as Ananya Bhakti. You remember at least this, then everything will be easy for you to relate. Now, we have seen till 13th sloka doing that means how to become detached with the results of the karma, that is explained in the sloka number. So second and third and so on, so akama. Then after that, so karma arpanam, if you do with detachment, so you'll be getting the what? Akama means detachment. So then after that, what you should do? Yama nima. And you should be serving the guru. You should so take up that means here. So you should accept guru. Anyway, guru is here also, Gnani's association. But here, specifically, you will be getting the instructions from him so that you can get the detachment from your family life. You got the how to detach the results of the karma, but you should also understand that family, wife, children, and all and so are also not permanent. So that all the teachings you will be getting from the Gnani. So that means guru here. So by serving guru, then you will be progressing towards the absolute truth in the form of Brahman. So this is the path. So by 13th sloka, you already reached. That means the Linga Deha is finished. So anyway, this is we are not going to discuss here. This will be discussed in some other way, that side. So now further we have to do what? So we are discussing if one is not off, who is going to enter into the path of this yoga, that's the Gnana Yoga path. So whoever is doing the karma arpanam. If you don't do karma arpanam, you cannot. So if you are karmi, so that means then you will be always in the bondage. So that's why now here we are discussing about the. So if you don't do the karma arpanam, then what will happen? So who are those people who not offering their karma? Who are those? Followers of the Jaimini. Jaimini Yaha. The followers of the Jaimini. So they don't offer the result of karma to the Supreme Lord. Why? They don't have philosophy of Parameshwara, Ishvara concept is not there with the Jaiminis. What they believe? They maximum believe the only karma, karta and bhokta. This much only they have concept of the doer and enjoyer. That's all. This is the concept of their. So doer and enjoyer are permanent. So this is their philosophy. Who is that?
Yeah, Doksha, I like to ask him, karmarpanam. Can you say again the translation? It's not coming inside. I don't know.
Okay, karmarpanam means offering the results of karma to Supreme Lord.
Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yes. It's not that the karmarpanam means so you are earning the 1,000 rupees and giving the 10 rupees so fruits and then 990 rupees you are eating yourself. This is not karmarpanam. So karmarpanam is everything. Whatever you are getting, that you should offer to the Lord. So that is the meaning of karmarpanam. So this is the beginning, entry door for the yoga system. These two are yogas, Bhakti Yoga or the Gnana Yoga. So for this is the entry door, karmarpanam. So any people are very much inclined to do karma, and they has to initially engage in the service of the Lord by offering their karma. And also our process is already I said. So here you will be getting the Gnana Mishra, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti, all those. Before entering into the Shraddha, all these will be there. Mishra Bhaktis. If you don't have full Shraddha in the Lord, means you have Shraddha in some other things. That means that is mixed. That is known as mixed. So mixed society, mixed Bhakti. So now you see, Athesham Karma Kartrunam Bhoktrunam Sukha Dukkha Yoho నానాత్వమత నిత్యత్వం లోకకాలాగమాత్మనాం మన్యసే సర్వభావానాం సంస్థాహ్యోత్పత్తికి యథా తత్తదాకృతి భేదేన జాయతే భిద్యతే చ ధీః ఏవమప్యంగ సర్వేషాం దేహినాం దేహయోగతః కాలావయవతః సంతి భావా జన్మాదయో సకృత్. Translation: My dear Uddhava, I have thus explained to you perfect knowledge. So that means till 13 he explained perfect knowledge. Now there are philosophers, however, who challenge my conclusion. So who are those? Till now what he explained? So till 13th sloka about the gnana. So from where? From here to, in this chart, from here to this side, karma arpanam, then after that detachment for the results of the niyama niyama and following the path of the gnana, and finally reaching to the lead. This much he explained. So now he is saying whoever is against to this karma arpanam, so who are those karmis? Their opinion we are going to discuss. So whoever who challenge my conclusions, so they state that what they say. So whoever is not accepting karma arpanam, who will accept karma arpanam? Whoever is believing in the supreme. No, they are also believers of Vedas. Karmis also believers of Vedas. But the difference is what? Whoever is not accepting the Ishvara, Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is the cause of everything. That concept they don't have actually. That means someone, that means Brahman or otherwise Ishvara, that means Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the full of bliss, and he is permanent, and that is the ultimate source for the happiness. So such an idea they don't have. They don't accept that. So that's why they don't offer their results of karma to the Lord. That is the problem actually they have. So their opinion we are going to see. Those are nothing but you can name them as followers of the Jaimini. Mike.
For them, what is the cause for the creation? How they define that?
Actually, yeah, it is there from beginningless. It will be there for without ending. Yeah. They have their own philosophical ideas. Jaimini Sutras are there. And yeah. So of course, definitely there is a defect in this. So next, what they say, they state that the natural position of the living entity is to engage in fruitive activities, and they see him as the enjoyer of the happiness and unhappiness that what is that? Accrue from his own work. So what they think, whatever I do, so the results of that work are mine. According to this materialistic philosophy, the world, time, the revealed scriptures, and the self are all variegated and eternal, existing as a perpetual flow of transformations. Knowledge, moreover, cannot be one or eternal because it arises from the different and changing forms of objects. Thus, knowledge itself is always subject to change. Even if you accept such a philosophy, my dear Uddhava, there will still be perpetual birth, death, old age, and disease, since all living entities must accept a material body subject to influence of time. So Sridhar Swami is explaining very brilliantly. So let us see his explanation. That is enough actually, Sridhar Swami's explanation. What saying Swamiji is saying? Swamiji is saying like this. Acha. So 14th. एवं तावत् स्वप्रकाश ज्ञान रूपो नित्यम एक एव आत्मा कर्तृत्वादयश्च धर्माः तस्य Dehopadikaha tad vyatiriktam sarvam anityam. So till now, till 13, what we have seen, Atma, self is permanent and it is unchangeable, unchanging. It is having the eternal Swarupa. And it is eternal Swarupa means it's a permanent actually. Nityaha. And that is only the doer. And it is Swaprakasha Gnana Swarupaha. That means it is self-illuminating. Jivatma is also having some kind of self-illumination. Yes, like the yes, like silver or the gold. So they have some quality of that. Otherwise, qualitative, how we can be equal with the Lord. So that's why qualitatively that kind of self-illuminating capacity is there in the Jivatma also. So that's why Jivatma is a Swaprakasha Gnana Swarupaha Nityaha, and also is a doer. And apart from this, whatever the body and other upadhis are there, so those are all what? Maya, Maya Mayam. So that's why one has to understand the reality and accept only the self and reject other things. So like this, one can get the vairagyam. So by this kind of self-knowledge, that means knowledge about the soul, so then one can be relieved from the bondage of this material entanglement. This is the thing we till now learn in the 13th sloka, till 13th sloka. So next, tadevam smriti samanvayena na nirnita apyarthe matantara viruddhena sandeho bhavu. So one may think now, Jaimini is saying so much. So you are giving the new philosophy. There is Atma is there, and that is permanent, and that is the cause. That is the thing you should achieve, realize. So you are bringing so much philosophy. What about the Jaimini? Like that, one may. So put a question here. So now let me. So that's why Krishna is thinking. Let me explain what is Jaimini's view, and how it is cause for the entanglement. I will let me explain. So he is going to explain their views, and then he is going to reject that also. So that we will be seeing in this coming section from the 14th onwards. So Sridhar Swami is saying. So by the beginning with Atha. So Tan Matam Nirakartum. That means whose Matam? Jaimini's opinion. So to reject that, he is going to start from here. So what he is saying first, what is Jaimini philosophy is explaining. What is that? Karma kartrunam bhoktrunam sukadukkayoho nanatvam nityatvam. Karma kartrunam bhoktrunam. That means the doers of the karma and the enjoyers of that results of that karma both are so nityatvam. What is that? Nityatvam, eternal. Karta and the doer and enjoyer both are eternal. They are saying in the form of karta and in the form of the that means karta means removing the upadhi and seeing soul as a karta, not like that. Karta means it upadhi and upadhi sahitam. That means karta means doer. So with upadhi, so that he is known as doer and he is permanent and also enjoyer of that. That means he is also having the body to enjoy. So that enjoyer, both are permanent. So that means according to the Jaimini's principle, what? Do activities and get the enjoyment from that. Once again, do activities and get enjoyment. Maybe you may get the different changes in your form because of the changes in the place, but doing and enjoying, this principle is permanent. But this is the principle of the bhakti? No. What is the principle of bhakti? Serving the Lord. This is the principle actually, serving the Lord. But here, what is the principle? Doing the karma and enjoying the results of that karma. This is the permanent principle, nityatvam. So this is said actually.
Work is done for own self.
Yeah, work is done for own self.
For own self. But
that
here
means
in bhakti, work is done for the others, for the Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
But activities is the same, correct? Activities both are doing.
Yes.
But only
activities they both are doing. So according to the bhakti principle, what? So our swarupa is different from whatever we have now. Yeah. That means we are not the doers and enjoyers. We are only the servants. We are only the servants of the Lord. So this is the philosophy, bhakti philosophy is saying. But what they are accepting, so doing the karma and enjoying the result of that karma is eternal principle actually. Jiva is the bhokta. Jiva is only bhokta. Ishvara is not there. Yeah. Jiva is only the enjoyer That means enjoying principle, doing and enjoying is an eternal principle. But according to the Vaishnava Siddhanta, what doing and enjoying is a bondage. Hmm?
Hare Krishna. According to Jaimini here explaining,
Hmm.
for those karmis who try to do karma and they want to enjoy the result.
Yes.
So for that is eternal, because part of the karmis, that is right for a devotion, because by doing devotion, they will destroy the punya phala and karma phala, everything.
Yes.
So that's why from the I mean, part of devotion, that is not
Hmm.
uh,
That is not a fact actually.
fact in devotion, but for part of karmis, that is right.
For them, that is they accept like that. Otherwise, how they can get faith? If this principle of doing activity and enjoying the result of doing karma and enjoying the results of karma, if it is not eternal principle like that, if they don't accept, they cannot get faith in that. Then what is eternal? Let me go. So like that, that's why their acharya is teaching that to those boys, all the karmis, to his children, his followers. So see, Babu, so do your karma and get the result of that karma and enjoy it. Then you'll be happy.
According to their faith and their level.
Huh?
According to their level, because they are not rising in highest position.
No,
so
that Guruji is not knowing complete knowledge. That's why he is teaching like that.
he don't know.
He doesn't know. That's why he taught.
I know. Yeah, I would like to ask that.
Yeah.
Jay Damodar Prabhu, he's explaining from the,
Jaimini, he's a devotee like that.
Yeah.
So
that's why-
yeah, that is also true. So Jaimini is a great devotee. So, but what is the inside? I don't know much actually. So it's okay. Jaimini is teaching to his students. So what he is telling, you do karma and enjoy it. Enjoy the result. So Dehopadi, what is said? Tadevam karma kartrunam sukha dukkhayoh bhoktrunam. That means doing the karma and enjoying the sukha and dukkha is the eternal principle. Enjoying the sukha and dukkha of this material world is these two things. Doing karma and enjoying the sukha dukkha is the eternal principle, and it is also many forms. Sukha is also many forms, dukkha is also many forms, and the form of karta is also many ways. But so karta is but permanent principle actually. Like that, they are accepting. Evam hi Jaiminyah manyante. In this way, who is believing? First line, that means Jaiminyah manyante means Jaimini's followers accept. Karma kartrunam sukadukkayoho bhoktrunam nityatvam. Next, aham pratyaya vignehe eva atma sacha prati shariram minna katru bhoktrurupascha natu tat swarupa bhutaha nirvikarah eva paramatma asti iti yadha ahuhu aham aham pratyaya vigneha gnatave sarvadehi iti tatha vairagyam cha na sambhavati. What is our principle? So Gnanis are that means devotees. Gnani's principle is what? Little bit different actually. So how they will take what they accept as a permanent principle? Gnana Swarupam. Jivatma is having the Gnana Swarupam. Jivatma. Atma. Jivatma means Atma actually. They take Atma, that is also. Atma is nothing but what? Brahman. And what is the form of the Brahman? It is completely Chinmaya. Chitmaya. It's Chitmaya. And realizing this is they don't have any concept of Atma is the servant of the Lord. Because they don't have the difference between so Atma and Paramatma. Both are one only. That is nothing but Brahman. So that means this school people, they accept like that. And this school people, how they accept? They accept so two things. That means Upasaka and Upasya. That is the devotee and Lord. So they accept that, and they accept. So serving the Lord is the eternal principle. becoming Brahman is the eternal principle, this. And here karma is this. So Jaimini, these people so doing work and enjoying the good and bad results, enjoying the pain and pleasure. They are eternal. And what Vikarma is? Karmis means who follows Varnashram system. This circle people, all they follow Varnashram. So this circle, they don't follow Varnashram. So those Vikarmis, they are ready to go to. They are making their doors open to go to hell.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, we understand that the Jaimini school of thought has been evolved after, almost at the beginning of the Kali Yuga, when Krishna Dvaipanavasa actually allocated them. But this teaching, what we are hearing, where Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, is much before that. So at that time, who were those kind of prominent people who were of that kind of a nature?
Now, Jaimini, see, all these thoughts, whatever we are seeing, these thoughts are existing eternally. They are not today's thoughts. What Jaimini, he might have just promoted that, but it's not that it's Jaimini's original idea. That means Agnana and Gnana both are eternally existing. Vidya, both are eternally existing. Whatever materialism we are seeing, so that is not the today's principle actually. Now that means trying to control on the nature and trying to violate the basic principles of the nature and trying to manipulate those and trying to get the more pleasure from that. So this kind of rebellistic nature on the rebellistic nature of the jiva towards the prakriti is also eternally existing. Materialism, whatever we are seeing modern society, this also is from beginningless. From Anadikala it is there. All these things, they are there from Anadikala actually, not today's. So, but based upon the time and based upon the people, so they bring it out into the they manifest it into prominently. Like in the Kali Yuga, so Harinama Sankirtan is coming, is very, very much famous. But it is there even in the Satya Yuga also, Treta Yuga also, all this. So all things are existing in all the time, only their proportion is changing actually. That is the point. So that's why we have to see this. So Vedas, Vedic knowledge and Agnana are also ignorance is eternally existing. Next, what Jaimini is, what Sridhar Swami is saying. So he's saying that aham pratyaya vigneyo eva atma. So by the word aham, what we should come to know? So aham pratyaya, the knowledge, what knowledge you should get by the word atma. So aham refers to what? Aham pratyaya. That means the meaning of aham is atma. Aham, that means, so atma should be known by the word aham. So this is the philosophy of either yogis. You can see these both are yogis. But bhogis are this. Karmis are known as bhogis. And karmarpanam is in between. Yogi and bhogi in between, they are karmarpanam. They are doing misra. So either gnana misras or karma gnana or karma misra gnana or the bhakti misra, sorry, karma misra bhakti or karma misra gnana. So those are here. So now what these yogis, they are taking the word aham is referring to the atma, and that is the permanent actually. Tat swarupaha nirvikaraha, and this atma is nirvikaraha. This is permanent. This is permanent and no change in that. And that is so, and also Paramatma also is there. And like this, they accept the principles, so that what will happen? By this, these people are getting the vairagya. Who? These yogis, both. By doing karmarpana, one is able to understand swatma vishay gnanam. When you do the karmarpana, what will happen? In the case of jnanis, so heart will be clean. Swatma vishay gnanam. That means one is able to understand, I am not body, I am soul. And also by doing the karmarpanam, to the Lord with love, then one will be understanding himself as a servant of the Lord. That is the permanent, my eternal position, like that. So they are knowing about the soul themselves. So like that. So that is going to happen in the case of the yogis. When they do karma arpanam, so they will become like that. So that means by the process of karma arpanam, so and knowledge, that means finally they are getting knowledge. Aham is referring to the Atma. And so that what will be happening? So by hearing about the soul, they will be getting the detachment. So what they are doing karmarpana, also they are hearing about the eternal position of the soul. That is, which is indicated by the word aham. So by this they are getting the vairagyam, but this is not accepted by the karmis. Karmis, they don't accept the soul. They accept only what? Karta, doer of the active work, karma. And they accept enjoyer, that's all. They don't accept some upadhi rahitam, some soul is there, and that is the original swarupa, that is permanent. This karma is also destructible. Our principle says that in the Bhagavad Gita, the 5 principles, karma, that is also one of among that, is a impermanent, it's not permanent. But according to these people, karma is eternal, and doer is also eternal. Doer means you don't think that the atma. Doer means the personality who is doing with upadhi. So that's why since they don't have the concept of the word aham referring to the eternal swarupa, or which is permanent, that is nothing but atma. So such a conception is not accepted by them. That's why they don't get any vairagyam. That means any kind of renouncement towards the karma. They don't get any. So this they don't accept this. Their teacher is telling to them like that. At least, so you should teach this karmi philosophy to vikarmis, to become karmis. That is also good actually, because they can become a civilized man. That's the civilization starts from here, karmis. This is not a civilization, it is. Many times we use the word karmis, who are not really karmis actually. Very few are karmis are there. Vikarmis. So aham pratyay vigneya yatahu aham pratyay vigneya tatha vairagyam na sambhavati. So that's why they don't get any vairagyam. Tatahi bhogastananam anityatvad vairagyam bhave. So but bhogastanam is changing. That means they are in this material world. That means the earth planet. They are doing some work, and then after that, so here they are enjoying something, and something they are enjoying in this swarga, and after that they are from there they are coming back. So that means the places of the place for enjoyment is changing. So because of this change in the place for enjoyment, they may get vairagya. You may think like that, but bhoga kalasya va tadupaya karma bodhakagamasya va bhoktuh atmanah va natu etad asti ityaha ata nityatvam loka kala gamanatmanam manyante. Manyase. Okay. What he is saying here, so see, you are karmi, not you, someone is karmi. So what he is working here, okay, he is working, and then after that he is enjoying here on this earth planet. That means bhokta. Working means enjoy, karta, and enjoying. And then after that, so he has some more piety, and then he is going to the swarga. This is earth, this is heaven. They are going there. So since they have piety, and bhogastananam parivartana, that means they are not able to stay there permanently. So that means their place, their place here, staying here is also not permanent. So then they may get because of this detachment. So that means now I am going to work and get the 1,000 rupees. but those 1,000 rupees will be after enjoyment finished. That means bhogya is getting finished. So then one may get the vairagya. They may not do the work because of this. So one may think like, so it may happen, nah? Because the results are disappearing after some time, after enjoyment. So then one may think that he may not, so doing the further work. But what is said? What is said? Kala, loka kala, kala agamatmanam. So Jaimini, what he's saying to convince them, hey, don't worry. Why you are worrying? So you enjoy there, and after that, if you enjoy, if enjoyment is over in the heaven, you come back and do again, and once again go there and enjoy and do. So it is nitya, kala gamanam nityatvat. So that's why don't get discouragement from the, so hearing that though, oh, that place is not permanent and that enjoyment place is only for the time being. So don't get discouragement. Loka kalagamatmanam nityatvam. This is the word he is explaining. That means the place and also coming and going, these are all nityatva, means eternal. Okay, next sloka. So manyase sarva bhavanam samstha hyotpattiki. What he is saying then? Nacha sarva bhogyanam. So nacha sarva bhogyanam vichedat maya mayatvadva vairagyam syat. So Purupakshi is putting question to the Jaimini once again. What he is saying? Sarva bhogyanam vichedat maya mayatvadva. Hey, whatever the objects to enjoy, that means now he is eating the some, what is that? Some laddu. After earning money, so he got the laddu and he is eating. So that eatable is also is having the limitation. It is finished. And he is also made up of maya. That means which is not real. So because of this, karmis may lose their interest to gain the results and they may stop work. Like that, someone is putting question to Jaimini. Then what Jaimini is saying? What he is saying? Sarva bhavanam srak chandanadinam samstha stitir outpattiki pravaha rupena nitya. What is saying? Hey, laddu is finished, but there is one more laddu for you there. And this laddu, so there is one more laddu, like that, pravaha rupena nitya. That means this pleasure is always there for you. Why you are worried about this laddu? You ate it, okay, finish, try for another one more laddu. So this is not ending, it is unending process. We are also accepting it's true or not. Vedas also saying same thing. Material world is permanent or not, as a flow. So that's why you can keep on doing the different activities, get the various enjoyments, and keep on. Of course, that may be finished, but you can try for one more, na? Why you have to stop yourself? Is really convincing or not? No, if you finish, you do one more time and get one more laddu. So this is very, that's why, see, it's not that any philosophy is not simple and it's not unconvincing. No, it is very convincing. It is a full base, very logical. Acharyas, they don't do such a blind mistake actually. But you have to very subtly, if you go, then you will catch. Based upon Shruti Pramana, when you go, then you will catch. Otherwise, it looks to the common people very convincing.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
It appears that as if this philosophy says that you are completely under control of whatever you are doing. It is saying that you do it, if you exhaust it, again you come back, again you do it. So as though you have a control of coming back and going. That's a kind of a principle that he's trying to promote.
Can you comment this last line as?
So he is saying that, okay, you enjoy for the fruits what you are getting it in the higher planets. And then if it is exhausted, again you come back and again you start to do.
Yeah, do. So
yeah.
It is permanently, yeah, like that it is permanent only.
Yeah,
as a flow.
Yeah, but then he's trying to promote as if you are coming and going is in your control.
Yeah.
But is that the case? As what we understand, it is not in our control, isn't it?
It is not, I don't know, is your control means?
In the sense, for example, if I exhaust my all punya karma, I enjoyed it in my Swargaloka. Then afterwards, coming back to the earthly planet to again start my karma is not in my control. It is in the control of higher authorities, isn't it? It's not automatic.
That is not discussed here. So because you have free will, na? You have
Yes.
free will and you can work whatever you now. Today you tried for the Swarga and tomorrow you want to try for the Bil Swarga.
Yeah, I understand. But that means like coming back from Swarga to a particular place, like to again to start the karma.
Yeah.
Is this in my control?
Yeah. Shastra is saying, Shine Punya Vishanti Martilok, Bhagavad Gita is saying. So
Yes.
Punya is finished and you are coming and doing activities again.
But again, it's also saying, no, Prabhuji, karmana daiva netrena. It is not that I decide that. It is under higher superior control. So very carefully, Jaimini is actually overruling that or undermining that and then putting up this principle. Is that how we should understand?
Yeah, that's it. That's the way you should understand. So he is seeing the all the higher authority is the cooperators. They are cooperating, increasing to do more work. All the demigods, who are the higher authority, there also you can also become demigod. So you do good karma and you also increase this population. So like that, he will take the scriptures only and he'll establishes his philosophy.
Okay.
And also he will defeat us, our philosophy also. Hey, what you are not seeing, why you are believing? You see, now do work and get the real fresh result and enjoy it. You'll be happy. So you did bad karma, that's why you are getting dukkha. Then don't do it bad, then do the good. Even while doing bad, you are getting enjoyment. Nah? So that is also enjoyment ultimately you are getting or not. So that's why pravaha rupena nitya outpattiki. That means all these objects which we are getting as a result of the karma, those are all also eternal in the form of flow. So tatha cha vadanti na kadachid anit. So that's why they will never feel any discouragement to stop their work, their karma. So that's actually if you motivational speaker, your one failure is the stepping stone to the next endeavor, and practice, do endeavor it and win it. Don't stop your endeavor. These are all principles of Jaimini actually, whatever we are hearing. So then most of the society, the personality development, this speaker, that speaker, they're all followers of the Jaimini. Motivational speakers, all these. कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में, नहीं बर्बाद कर ले जीवन मिट्टी में. So next, kincha यथा यथावत् न तु मायामयम् अतः तत्कर्ता कश्चित् ईश्वरः नास्ति इति भावः. So that's why तथा च वदन्ति न कदाचित् अनीदृशं जगत्. So that means so this world is keep on changing, and atah, by changing what? By doing your actions. You built a house, now whole world is changed or not? Now new world, because your house is different, and now extend one more house, then you are the cause for the change in the world. Bring the change in the world. Yes or no? You are bringing, you are inventing, you are bringing the new technologies, and you are the Sarsai. There is no need of accepting any Ishvara. Your karma, your work is the cause for the whole society. That is the principle actually. We also say, Shastra also says, why this middle world is there? To get the sufferings or whatever the results of our previous karma. That's why this world is there. Based upon that, this world is, that means here water should be there because all the people's karma is supporting. That's why water is there. If our cumulative karma is not in the support of that, then we don't have to any water. Then we'll be getting heat. So that's why everything is what is based upon the karma. So that's why there is no need to accept any Ishvara. No Ishvara. There is no need. We are all Ishvaras. You are also part of you, mini Ishvara. We all together is Ishvara. We are the cause of the creation. Change in the yeah. So that's a ataha tat karta kaschid Ishvara nasti iti bhavaha. There is no karta at all. There is no Ishvara at all. And also this world is not Maya Mayam. That means like Advaitins they say it's a illusion. This no illusion. We are enjoying. Our anubhuti, our experience is the proof. Pratyaksha pramana is a proof. Experience is a proof. So nacha atma swarupa bhutam nityam ekam. And also they say next last line, that means atma swarupa bhutam. That means what we are accepting. Atma is satchidananda vigraha. It is chidananda. That means chinmayam. It is a full of knowledge. It is a saprakasha. So this kind of terms they don't accept. Why we have to accept all this completely? That means if they hear the Upanishads, they will close their ears. Hari Hari, Hari Hari. That means they say not Hari Hari, karma, karma, karma. They will close their ears because all these bogus, they don't have any work to do. So that's why they go for they are actually lazy fellows. They go for the yoga. Because they want to be lazy. Without work, they want to get. That's why they say that gnanam, that means they go to the forest. What is this? Time waste. So satyam gnanam anantam brahma, vijnanam anando brahma, all these are all bogus statements. There is no any action because of the hearing those statements. That means yajeta sarga kamaha. If you desire for sarga, yajeta, that means you should do sacrifice. You should do sacrifice. That is giving the what? Prerana. That means that is invoking you to do some action. But satyam gnanam anantam brahma, Brahman is eternal and it is blissful. If you say like this, what you are going to get? There is no action. There is no ejeta word is not there. There is no any injunction is not there. Why you have to read the Upanishads? सबको बोरी में बांध के तो ये लटकाओ कोने में. That's why they don't say, they don't encourage to study any Upanishads. So read the Karma Kanda, read the Dharma Shastras. So and also they say Ghatapatadhyakara Vedena Dhir Jayate Ataha Anitya Vidyate Cha. According to them, knowledge is changing. That means now you are seeing, so this is what kind of knowledge is changing. This is marker, this knowledge you got. Now after that you remove this, now you kept in front of your eyes this duster. So then this is duster, this new knowledge. And like that, this is bottle, so new knowledge. Knowledge is always changing. But Vedantis, what they accept, that means Gnani or Bhaktas, all Vedantis, they accept that. So knowledge is eternal, is not changing. That means the Atma is full of knowledge. Lord is also full of knowledge, which is not changing. And whatever is changing, we say it is out of Maya, and you should not go for that. So we should not gain that kind of knowledge. But Karmi says that, oh, knowledge is always changes. What is there saying? Vidyate cha dihi. Tad akruti bherena. That means this whole world is changing because of activities of the individuals, and that's why it is getting the different shapes, and that's why knowledge is also changing. So, but what Vedantis say, this changes in this whole world is out of the Maya, and but there is something is permanent is there. That is Atma and Paramatma, and that you are, and leave this changing thing. We say Vedantis. घटपटाद्याकार भेदेन दीर्जायते अतः अनित्या विद्यते च अयं गूढो अभिप्रायः न हि नित्य ज्ञान रूप आत्मा अपि ज्ञान परिणामवान् न च विकारित्वेन अनित्यत्व प्रसंगः यथा आहुः विक्रिया ज्ञान रूप अस्य न नित्यत्वे विरोच्यते इति. So नित्य ज्ञान रूप आत्मा अपि तु ज्ञान परिणामवान् न च विकारित्वेन अनित्यत्व प्रसंगः. They say that, hey, even if you accept the Atma, it is gaining knowledge every time, it is changing, knowledge is changing of the Atma. So what is there? If is there any changing, how can you say it is Anitya? What is the principle of Vedantis? Anything changes means that is, it's not eternal, Anitya. But these people, they say, that's why the axioms, what they define, that you have to see. So Jaimini first day he will teach that whatever is changing is not temporary, is not right. He say that even something changes, it is also permanent only. It is taking the different shapes like that, he says. Now you are using this pen and then the shape of the pen will be changing, and then after that, so this whole thing is once again this is becoming in the form of mud. That means you destroyed mud. So by the due course of the time, so once again someone is using the same material and he is doing the pen once again. Pen is there or not? Everything is permanent. Is again, but it is maybe time being it is disappearing, but it is permanent only. Na? Pen is also permanent. So that's why you are worrying. Everything is permanent. This building is also permanent. Huh? Jaimini Maharaj is Jai. Acha. They are all very brilliant actually. Those sadhus, munis, they are highly intellectual. They axioms also they define like that. So then you cannot go out once if they accept their basic fundas. Then nowhere you will feel any doubt in their philosophy. Then you are out actually. If they come in contact with you, then you are out. Like Advaitins also. So their fundas are such a way their whole philosophy will be supported and there will not be any mistake. So that's why axioms are important. And pramanas and axioms, whatever the basic prameya, whatever basic prameya they accept. If you are convinced with those, you are fresh late, and if they wrote those, then it's difficult to come out from there. It's very difficult. Until unless the taste of the Ananya Bhakti is uplifting you, that is beyond the words. The pleasure is beyond the words. The experiencing the devotional pleasure is beyond the words and logic. So then that can pull you. Otherwise, no logic actually. No logic will function. Okay. Next sloka. 16. Evam api anga sarvesham dehinam deho yogatah कालावयवतः सन्ति भावाः जन्मादयो असकृत तत्र तावद uktim angikritya. So this means that means 14 and 15 are fully explaining about the Jaimini's philosophy. So he explained, Krishna explained those two. Then after that he is rejecting that. Tavad uktam angikritya vairagyopapadanaya pravritti margasya anardha hetutvam prapanchayati. So Jaimini's principles are explained in the 14 and 15. Now Krishna wants to that means cultivate the vairagya, renunciation. So for that he is explaining the demerits of the pravritti marga. Pravritti marga means doing the karma, getting the artha, and by using that artha, so gaining some objects for the sense gratification and enjoying the sense those objects, and once again doing the more karma and more artha, more enjoyment, like this. This is known as pravritti. Now Krishna is going to explain in the 16th sloka what is the disadvantage of this pravritti, what is the demerit of this. pravritti marga. In this way, if you keep on traveling, what will happen? What is saying? Lokanam lokapalanam palanam ityatah praktanena grandena aham he uddava kalavayatah samvatsaradi rupat. What is he saying? He is saying that even if you accept such philosophy, my dear Uddhava, there will still be perpetual birth, death, old age, and disease, since all living entities must accept a material body subject to the influence of time. So, kalavayavataha santi bhavaha, janmadayah bhavaha asakrit. So now Krishna is also explaining, that means janma mrityu jara, the real problems. He's starting with the real problems. He's saying what? Of course, why? So Jaimini, you are very nice. You are saying that the place for the enjoyment may change, but as a flow, it is permanent only. But what about the body? I am getting the material body. While the birth, I am getting pain. While my diseases, I am getting the pain. At the time of death, I am getting the pain. And old age also is always painful. What about this, you tell me? Where is the happiness? He is bringing his point. Krishna is bringing his point. Okay, read the purport yourself. 17th. tat नहीं घर में अभी अभी नहीं तो ऐसा तो हम लोग 2 साल करेंगे उद्योग की आज पूरा कर देंगे. हाँ चल या तत्रापि कर्मणां कर्तुर असातन्त्यं च लक्ष्यते भोक्तुश्च दुःख सुखयोः कोन्वार्थो विवशं भजेत. Although the performer of futile activities desires perpetual happiness, it is clearly observed that materialistic workers are often unhappy and only occasionally satisfied, thus proving that they are not independent or in control of their destiny. When a person is always under the superior control of another, how can he expect any valuable results from his own futile actions? So, Ramakrishna Prabhu, your point came. So what he is saying here, tatrapi karmanam kartruh aswatantriyam cha lakshate. What Jaimini is saying, karta is one is having the free, one is doing the karma, and also is getting the result of that karma. So that is the philosophy he is explaining. That is the eternal principle. He is accepting that. Okay, now, so here Krishna is saying what? Atrapi स्वातंत्र्य पक्षे दुष्कर्मणः भोक्तुश्च सुख दुःखयोः कोन्वार्थो विवशं भजेत्. Swamiji didn't give anything much. दुःख भोगस्य स्वातंत्र्य पक्षेऽपि दुष्कर्मणः दुःख भोगस्य वा असंभवात्. दुष्कर्मणः दुःख भोगस्य वा असंभवात्. If you so what he is saying, sukha dukkhayoh bhoktuh and kartuh karmanam kartuh aswatantriyam cha lakshate. Simple meaning, if you take sukha dukkhayoh bhoktuh karmanam kartuh aswatantriyam lakshate, that means you are fully controlled. That means what Jaimini is saying, you can do your karma whatever you want and you can get the, so you can enjoy the result of that karma. There's either pain or pleasure. But here Krishna is defeating that point. How he is defeating? He's saying that of course you are not independent, because whatever previous karma is there, that is enforcing you to do the same kind of karma back. Already you did some sinful karma in the previous life, and that is prarabdha. It is in the form of prarabdha that is stored, and that is prarabdha is a forcing. Prarabdha means which already in the mature state. So that is forcing you to do the same kind of sinful activity again and getting the same kind of pain again. So where is Yeah. So that means someone is controlling you. Karma is controlling. So that means a higher thing, which is higher than you. And it is higher things are controlling means you are, where is your independence? Where is your choice? So you are forced. And you are always getting the pain. So like that he is explaining. So kon vartho vivasham bhaje. So that means who will act, everyone want what? Liberty. This is a principle. Everyone we are trying, fighting for this liberalism. So all these communist, so centrist, rightist, everyone is interested in favoring the liberalism, liberty. But this, yeah, swecha, liberty, we want liberty. But what is that? That liberty is not there. You are always controlled by the someone. Then what is this? We don't want. So we don't want this kind of. So Krishna is defeating like that. Ram Krishna Prabhu, where are you?
I'm here.
Yes, you got the point. Your point came.
Yes, exactly. So I was just appreciating that.
Yes. Thus, just although materialistic persons reject Krishna consciousness and instead pursue temporary. Chalo. Okay. Ashraddadana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. So these are all very lucid and understandable purports, please. You all, yes. Situation also you should understand. Nadehinam sukham kinchid vidyate vidushamapi tatha cha dukkam mudhanam vruthahangkaranam param. It is observed within the material world that sometimes even an intelligent person is not happy. Similarly, sometimes even a great fool is happy. The concept of becoming happy through expertly performing material activities is simply a useless exhibition of false egotism. So Krishna is breaking philosophy like anything. Now let us see how he is refuting next principle. So what Jaimini can say, hey, you perform all the time good activities, all the time you'll get the pleasure. What is there? Then Krishna is saying that even the very learned person, intelligent person who can do the activity very expertly, but still he is getting the unhappy. So that means people try to, that means hide the reality and try to motivate that you next time you should try for next time. So they will be showing, that means giving the post-dated check, that means okay, this time is failure is the is a stepping stone for the success, like that. What is it? 18. So samyak karma that's why. So Jaimini was saying that, hey, foolish people, they don't know how to perform nicely karma. They do some mistake in their karma foolishly. So that's why they are getting the pain. See, we do all the time our karma very nicely, expertly. We are so happy. All the time we are getting happiness. Then that's why Krishna is refuting that point. Vidusham api kvachit sukham na vidyate. Even the intelligent people who are expert in doing their activity, so they are sometimes don't get any happiness. Tata mudanam api dukkham na vidyate. Even actually in the translation there is a little correction actually. Sometimes even great fools not get misery actually. Tata cha dukkhanam mudanam dukkham na vidyate actually. Dukkham na vidyate. Here it is it's written another way. Even that means sometimes we say that, hey, that means who doesn't know how to do the karma expertly. Even in his case, we are seeing so happiness. That means we are not seeing the misery. We are not seeing the misery. Mudhanam api dukkham na vidyate. Ataha vayam karma kushalatvat sukhinah iti tesham kevalam rutayeva ahankaram. That means by expertly doing the karma, you can be always happy. This is what simply it is a egotism. Expertly doing the karma is sufficient to be happy in this whole world. So such a thing is only a simply egotism. Pride. It's just ahankar hai. ये अहंकार का बात है. Okay, that's the point. Next. यदि प्राप्तिम विघातम च जानन्ति सुख दुःखयोः तेप्यदाना विदुर्योगम मृत्युर्ना प्रभवेत् यथा. Even if people know how to achieve happiness and avoid unhappiness, they still don't know the process by which death will not be able to exert its power over them. Of course, okay, we accept. So if you do expertly, you can get happiness. We accept. Okay, chalo. But tam yogam upayam na viduhu yatha sakshat mutyur na prabhavet. How they can escape from the death, which is really a painful thing, which will separate you from the all your earnings, the results of the karma, and you are not having any solution for that kind of. So that means mrityu, actually death. You don't have any. That means you are not able to escape from the influence of the mrityu. Mrityurna prabhavet. So Krishna is giving this argument. Next. Konvarda sukatyenam sukha kamo va mrityurantike aghatam niyamanasya vadyasyeva na tushtitaha. Translation: death is not at all pleasing, and since everyone is exactly like a condemned man being led to the place of execution, what possible happiness can people derive from material objects or the gratification they provide? Death is not at all pleasing, and since everyone is exactly like a condemned man being led to the place of execution. So tatapi yavat jivam sukham bhavishyati iti chet na yato antike vartamane mrityuhu na tushtidaha na tushtim dadati aghatum vadastha. So people may say now, hey, mrityu I cannot escape, but I forget about mrityu on that day, na, one day, maybe sometime, but whole life I can enjoy, na. So like that Jaimini is saying. Then Krishna is saying, hey, stop it, your argument. So if someone, that means is taken to about to kill, next minute you are, that means after a few days you are going to be killed. So all that fear for this death is making you unhappy all the time. In the whole life you are all the time trying to, tomorrow I'll be happy, tomorrow I'll be happy, like that. You are not taking any enjoyment today, and you are thinking that tomorrow I'll be happy because I should save something, I should be in the next day, I should be happy, I should be safe. For that, for your safety, you are keep on increasing. Why? Because of the fear of death, you are doing this. So that's why the fear of death is hunting you in entire life, and there is no happiness. So he is rejecting, Krishna is rejecting like that. So like example is given, like there is an animal, so it is now about to kill in the next half an hour. So it was just playing drums and everyone is taking, and it is seeing other, his friends are being cut by that knife, sword, their heads are just chopped off, and they are, so even animals, they know, if you raise a stick, animal, they don't know, so they can get fear or not, they run away. Similarly, if their friend is cut by the sword, they don't know this is a painful thing, they know, and but you are decorating that nicely, srak chandanadivihi, that means with the garlands and with the chandan you are decorating, and you are, so otherwise yourself, not animal, at least yourself, you are now given with the nice chandan and very nice bathing and all the nice food, and but next minute, next half an hour, you are going to be killed, you given with a sacrifice. Then how you will be? Are you going to enjoy that food? Are you going to enjoy those facilities? No, that's why yava jivam, that means mrityu bhayam. The entire life there is. So that's why Krishna is saying, defeating. Hey, what is this? So your bogus philosophy. You are saying that the whole life is enjoyment. There is no enjoyment. Only fear of the death is hunting. So next. Na tushtidah. Srutam cha drishtavaddushtam. Spardha suyatyaya vai. Sorry. Spardha suyatyavyayaihi. Bahvantaraya kamatvat. Krishivacchapi nishphalam. Once again, one more argument. So he is giving. So the material happiness of which we hear, such as promotions to heavenly planets for celestial enjoyment, is just like that material happiness we have already experienced. Both are polluted by jealousy, envy, decay, and death. Therefore, just as an attempt to raise crops becomes fruitless if there are many problems like crop diseases, insects, plague, or drought, similarly, the attempt to attain material happiness either on the earth, on the heavenly planets, is always fruitless because of innumerable obstacles. So, what next point is evam asmin loke sukham nasti ityuktam lokantare tataiva ityahas. So then Jaimini is saying, you follow the not this translation, follow the previous sloka where I stop. Now Jaimini is saying, hey, so in this material world we have fear of the death. So you go to the Swarga, you will never get any fear. So go to the Swarga, there is the happiness, he is saying. Then what Krishna is saying, that means Srutam Swargadi tadapi dushtam. Even we heard, even the pleasure in the Swarga is what? Spardha. That means Parasukha. That means there is also Parasukha Sahanam, Asuya, Paragune Dosha. Even do you think that means in the heavenly planet there is no fighting? There is always enviousness. Indra is seeing your wife and he is feeling that I should have. Because he is the manifestation of the lust of the semblance of, that means he is the Abhasa. Lord's lusts, Abhasas, Amsha is Indra actually. That's why. So he will be, there is enviousness. Even in the, if we go to higher planets, there is always so many obstacles to derive the pleasure in the form of enviousness, diseases, what is that? Jealousy, envy, decay, and death. Many things. So that's because your senses, you might be having so much wealth, you did lot of karma and you earned so many things, but your senses decaying. Where is the happiness? Where is happiness? So Asuya paragune dosha vishkaranam atyayanasaha vyaya apakshayah taihi dushtam. That means the heavenly pleasure also is not perfect. It is also defective. Dushtam means it is defective because of the enviousness of others, because of the reduction in the senses, decay in that, and also because of the death and because of the jealousy and so on. So next, like example is given here, what? So kincha bhagavantaraaya vaigunyadi rupa vigna yasmin kame suke tasya bhavaha tattvam tasmat krushiryata. Example is given, bahuvigna tadvat. So example, you are trying to envisioning there is a good paddy from this field, and but it is having a lot of, to get that enjoyment, to get the full grains, so you have a lot of obstacles. Sometimes maybe insects will come. One night is enough, you know. One night or two, just 10 hours is enough. Your whole field will be, thousands of the insects will come and just suck all the juice and they will go. You might be thinking that tomorrow I will use my pesticides, something production I will do. By this night you out. Then you will be shouting, that's sir. Another one drought out. One big, that means Ativrishti, what is that? Storm. Finished. Everything is gone. So because so many obstacles in this material world to get the pleasure, there are so many obstacles. Why? It's not at all a good deal. Your philosophy is not. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next. So purports are very plain and simple, so you can do that. Antaraye ravihito yedi dharma swanushtitaha tenapi nirjitam sthanam yatha gacchati tatsrunu. Translation: if one performs Vedic sacrifice and future results without any mistake or contamination, one will achieve a heavenly situation in the next life. But even this result, which is only achieved by perfect performance of future rituals, will be vanquished by time. Now hear of this. So now what is the next point? He is saying that here, Krishna is saying, Vignaihi Vaigunyad Abhav Angikrityapi. So okay. So now Krishna is saying, okay, oh Gemini, no problem. So someone performed without any obstacles very nicely. That his karma. Okay. Firvi what? Still there is pain because nasha dukkam, because that result is not staying. So all the time you are putting full efforts and without any small mistake, you are performing that activity very nicely and getting result, and it is so getting finished. So what is the use? Then you have to once again endeavor and finish. So see, same thing, how the one philosopher is showing as a merit and another philosopher is showing it as a defect. So that is a philosophy. Philosophy means the viewpoint, seeing the thing in a different ways. That is a philosophy. Understood this point? So next sloka. Ishtveha devata yagnai swarlokam yati yagnikaha munjita devavattatra bhogan divyan nijarjitan. If on earth one performs sacrifices for the satisfaction of the demigods, he goes to the heavenly planets where just like a demigod, he enjoys all of the heavenly pleasure he has earned by his performance. So here, so punyaihi upachite swarga sarva bhoga sampanne devina madhye viharan. So what is that? Gandha. What is that, Prabhu? Gandharvaihi upagiyate. Acha, okay. So here it is Krishna is saying the fact actually. He is not condemning. He is saying, so in this material planet we will perform sacrifices. So we'll get the punya. Because of that we will be taken to the swarga. There we are. That means, oh, Rajadiraja. That means he's a great person. He did the 1,000 Aswamedha Yajnas. Such a great person, all Gandharvas. So they are glorifying your endeavor in this planet. He did the 1,000 Aswamedha Yajnas and he did 1,000 Rajasuya Yajnas. And this is a great personality, my God. So like that, Gandharvas they glorify. Okay, that he said. The next what he wants to say. Swapunyopachite shubre vimana upagiyate. I think I studied this. Translation. Gandharvai viharan madhye devinam hrudya veshadruk. So sorry, in the last sloka, by doing the sacrifices, one will go to the Swarga. There what will happen? There various Gandharvas, they glorify. Having achieved the heavenly planets, the performer of the ritualistic sacrifices travels in a glowing airplane, which he obtains as a result of his piety on earth. Being glorified by songs sung by the Gandharvas and dressed in wonderfully charming clothes, he enjoys life surrounded by heavenly goddesses. Beautiful woman, always with them. So in that heavenly planet, in nice airplane with a beautiful woman, and all are appreciating you. So because of your such a highly caliber endeavors on this earth planet. So that means 1000 Aswamedha Yajna for farmer. So 500, 300, like that, different categories are there. And also they have their royal life. Life also, airplane, big size of airplane will change. Number of beautiful women also will change. Everything will change. Tirumala. Yeah. So the facilities will change, like in the material world. You have a lot of good karma, then you'll get the good opulent house to stay. Lot of naukar, chakar, all. So kya? What happened then? Okay, there are a lot of women and everything. So Krishna is explaining, then he will defeat. So first of all, let him explain. Stri bihi kama gayanena kinkini jala malina क्रीडन्न वेदात्म पातम सुरा क्रीडेषु निर्वृता. Accompanied by heavenly woman, the enjoyer of the fruits of sacrifice goes on pleasure rides in a wonderful airplane which is decorated with circles of tinkling bells and which flies wherever he desires. Being relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the heavenly pleasure gardens, he doesn't consider that he is exhausting the fruits of his piety and will soon fall down to the mortal world. Just like if you go to the bar, yeah, some like that. So you have 10,000 rupees and just udado. Tridatma, Singapore, Thailand. You can see, yeah. Aye. Yes. So like that, actually, he is spending his piety. He's going. Everything is measured there actually, but he's in the big illusion. So I am so happy. We are all in the middle world also. How many days will be in a comfortable zone, in comfortable facilities? We don't know. Till the time we have prarabdha, because we are not ananya bhaktas. Even if you are ananya bhakta, till the anardhani vritti, you have the influence of prarabdha, definitely. So that's why we are not simply one holy name destroying all the prarabdha. It's not going to happen in our case. So that is only happen when there are no offenses. So that's why account to prarabdha will be getting some enjoyment. Once the prarabdha is finished, gone. So here the anyway come to this point. So they are enjoying and they are not knowing that. So their piety is being spent out. Kama gamane chaya gachata vimanena kinkini jalamalina. Anyway, these are all okay. Next, nothing much. Next, tavat samodate swarge yavat punyam samapyate kshina punyaha patat. What is that? Patatyarvag anichan kala chalita. So until his past results are used up, the performer of sacrifice enjoys life in the heavenly planets. When the pious results are exhausted, however, he falls down from the pleasure gardens of heaven, being moved against his desire by the force of eternal time. You know, that's a Chandogya Upanishad, how that's a 5 different yagyas and 5 different ajams. You remember? So that means initially one will be giving the what sacrifice? They are doing the so good karma, and then they will be getting the that is somam as a result. That is given in the sacrifice of, I forgot actually. Anyway, so after that they are from there they are with that means that heavenly body. So they got the soma. That means some heavenly body that they are losing, finished. So then they are thrown into the clouds, and from that clouds they are falling down through the rains, parjanya. Through the rains they are falling down. So even they don't want. So that means Krishna explained the beauty of the doing karma and getting results. Then finally he's saying that what is there? You are kicked out. He's saying that you are with the damsels. Now you are not. Nah. After what? So that means kalena chalitaha patitaha. That means in the due course of the time you are kicked out. Next 27 to 29. Yajyad altogether. Yajyadarmatara sangadasatam vajitendri. Sorry. Yajyadarmarata sangadasatam vajitendriya kamatma krupano lubda straino bhuta vihamsakaha पशूनवधिनालभ्य प्रेत भूतगणान् यजन् नरकानवशो जन्तुर्गत्वा यात्युल्बणं तमः कर्माणि दुःखोदर्काणि कुर्वन् देहेन तैः पुनः देहमाभाजते तत्र किं सुखं मर्त्यधर्मिणः अभजते तत्र किं सुखं मर्त्यधर्मिणः. Once again, you are coming to material world and you are getting the body here. Then what is the benefit of this body? Your pleasure is not permanent there, and once again kicked and given you this material body. Once again pain. So the translation: if a human being is engaged in sinful, irreligious activities, either because of bad association or because of his failure to control his senses, then such a person will certainly develop a personality full of material desires. He thus becomes miserly towards others, greedy, and always anxious to exploit the bodies of women. When the mind is so polluted, one becomes violent and aggressive, and without the authority of the Vedic injunctions, slaughters innocent animals for sense gratification. Worshipping ghosts and spirits, the bewildered person falls fully into the grip of the unauthorized activities and thus goes to the hell, where he receives a material body infected by the darkest modes of nature. In such a degraded body, he unfortunately continues to perform inauspicious activities that greatly increase his future unhappiness, and therefore he again accepts a similar material body. What possible happiness can there be for one who engages in activities inevitably terminating in death? So this whole explanation is very clear. So what he is saying, so once again he's saying that means actually we are discussing about the pravritti. That means Krishna is explaining the pravritti. That's the pravritti marga. That means doing the karma and getting the artha. Then after that, getting the objects for the sense gratification. And so this is how temporary he showed till now. So pravritti is two types actually. Pravritti is two types. What are those two types? Pravritti means what? This karma is pravritti. Yeah. Anything we discuss in the whole Bhagavatam should come into this picture. This is the thing actually. Pravritti is two types. One is doing the good, and another is doing the bad. So that's why karma and vikarma. If you want to take, so now you can make like this: karmi and vikarmi. That's why pravritti, not nivritti. So pravritti is two times. One is karmi, that means who follows all the time righteous activities, and pravritti is another type of pravritti is nothing but vikarmi. So who does the against, that means wrong activities, which are nishiddha, that means which are condemned by the scriptures. Karmi and vikarmi. That's the thing here. Sridhar Swami is saying that pravrittir dvida. What is that? Vidyanusarena kami karmani. That means pravritti means vidhi anusarena kami karmani. That means so one is engaging himself in the fruitive activities according to the vidhi. Vidhi means scriptural rules. So second one is what? Tallangane means crossing the vidhi, the rules and regulations given by the scriptures, crossing the rules and regulations given by the scriptures, and so one is trying to do the kamya karma, fruitive activity. Then it is another type of pravritti. Second type. First one will lead to the piety, second one will lead to the sin. So that till now, that means till 26, we have seen the first pravritti. That means doing the fruitive activities based upon the rules and regulations. So what is the result? That means they are going to Swarga enjoying, and after that coming back and material body. That's once again earthly body they are getting. So there is no wherever from where you are there and you came back, no gain. So he rejected. So this one, karmis, that means what this pravrutti, karmi pravrutti, and now vikarmi pravrutti is explaining now. Even if you do what about this? That means ullanganena adharme, that means unrighteous activities. If you do, what will happen? That is being explained from now onwards. Adharma pravrutter gatimaha. What is the destination of doing the adharma? Okay. First one is ajitendriyatvat kamatma ataha. First of all, what? Our senses are not controlled. Because karma means, obviously, yogi means his senses will be controlled. So senses of control will start from where? Here. Yamni. Or in our case, not Purun Shraddha. Even at that time also senses will not be controlled. Real senses will control after Anartha Nivritti. Otherwise, you will be in the grip of Prarabdha. Till the grip till Anartha Nivritti. Major Anarthas are not finished. So our bhakti will not destroy the Prarabdha and so on. So that's why you will be in the grip of the senses. In the Prarabdha actually. So then we'll be doing not Sudurchara, but Duracharata will happen because of the bad karma, Dushkritotta karma. Okay. So next, what will happen? Kamya Ajitendriyat. First of all, first fundamental point is now we are discussing here where we are starting. That means first of all, senses are not permanent, not controlled, because uncontrolled senses lead to what? And also he doesn't follow the rules and regulations. He doesn't have that nature to follow the shastric principles, karma. Then what will happen? What is the result? Ajitendriyatvat kamatma. That means since senses are not controlled, so they will be having the material desires. Ataha krupanaha deenataha lubdha. That means he will become a miser to get the material pleasure. Lubdha means he is agitated. And bhoga trushnakula. That means lubdha means he is hankering to get the material pleasure. Then strainaha. Then what he will be doing? First problem is strainaha. What is the highest pleasure in this material world? Sex pleasure. Strainaha. Then first he will be getting attracted towards woman. Strainaha. Stri lampataha. What is the meaning of strainaha? Stri lampataha. That means he will become the lampat, woman hunter. Then tadardam. So then that will lead to the bhuta vihimsakaha. He will be just because to maintain woman he need money. For that what? He will be killing the innocent animals. Yes or no? So what is that? So when first of all, he thus becomes miserly toward others, greedy and always anxious to exploit the bodies of women. When the mind is so polluted, one becomes violent and aggressive and without the authority of the injunction. So then he will become what? Bhuta vihimsakaha. That means killing the body. Tadardam. That means to get the others' wives, you have to do violence or not? How many girls? Because once his senses are agitated, he will be so interested in every woman, whomever he sees, because his senses are not controlled. Lubdakaha means he's always anchoring that woman. And for that what? Tadardam, to get the pleasure from that woman body, he will become bhuta vihimsakaha. He will be fighting, killing. Sunte na to newspaper. So one wife is having the wrong relation with another man, and so that man killed her husband. This kind of stories, many. Girlfriend triangle love killing. In America, if you see the most of the cases, even in India also, most of the cases are centered around sex. Triangle loves. Now, every day, no, every second. Next, Kincha dushta jana pralobitaha dhanadyardam pashun avidina hatva tamah stavaram yati. Next what? So now his mind is polluted and he became bhuta vihimsaka. That means he's hurting others, and he will be getting the association of dushta jana pralobitaha. That means he is provoked by the bad association. Then dhanadyardam. That means all the wrong people, they will be so agitating him. Hey, we need to get money. For getting money, what he will be doing? He will be started killing the pasun avidhina hatva tamah stavaratam yadi. Pasun means even human beings also exploiting the human beings. This capitalist. So to earn money, they are exploiting the laborer class. That's that is one kind of so himsa for getting the money. Hatva tamasthavaratam. Then they are getting the dark place as a destination because of this. Next what? Evam karmasu pravrittasya nasukam nacha dukkha nivrutti. So this kind of person who is doing all the time these bad activities, he never get any pleasure, and also he never see any finishing of pain. Dukkha nivrutti you don't see, and also sukha prapti also you don't see. All the time in the anxiety. All the time in the anxiety. Okay. Next. This much only. Dehama bhajati. Okay. Next sloka. Lokanam lokapalanam madmayam kalpa jivinam brahmanopi bhayam matto dviparartha parayushaha. He is giving one more fact. So about the hey, what you are thinking? By doing karma, one will go maximum at where? Swarga, not higher planets. If you want to go to the so after this Swarga, what is that? Tapoloka, Janaloka, sorry, Maharloka, Janaloka, and Tapoloka, Satyaloka. If you want to go there, then you have to do austerity. Gnana, the sadhanas of the gnana you should practice, not the so-called karma. So, of course, maybe karma will be prominently, it should be the gnana actually. Gnana, limbs of the gnana you should follow. So that's why Krishna is saying, even if someone does the tapasya also, they may go maximum of Satyaloka, which is the highest loka. Even that Brahmaji is also having the fear of me. In all the planetary systems, from the heavenly to the hellish, and for all of the great demigods who live for 1000 yuga cycles, there is fear of me in my form of time. Even Brahma, who possesses the supreme lifespan of Dviparartha, is also afraid of me. I don't know, number is big. So tatapi lokanam nityatvad amartya dharmatvacha lokapalanam sukhamasti. So someone may say, oh, acha, if you go to Swarga, then you will be thrown out. But if I become the controller of the Swarga, like that he is saying, hey, controller of Swarga, they are also fear of me in form of my time. Their position is also not permanent. All the ways Krishna is breaking all the logics. Okay, again, go to the next. Gunaha srujanti karmani guno nusrujate gunan jivastu guna samyukto bhunkte karma phalanyasau. So that means finally, actually, if you see in the previous sloka, Both. That means pravritti is two types. This pravritti, that pravritti. That means karmi pravritti and vikarmi pravritti. Both are ultimately giving the ending up with the painful results only. Better to leave the pravritti and come to the nivritti. Nivritti yukta. That is the intention of the till 30. Nivritti is what? These two are the nivritti. After detachment or after the shraddha in the Krishna Katha. Full shraddha, not full shraddha. This is known as nivritti marga. So before that, we are all in the mixed. We are here. Here. Dharatma bro, where we are? Here. Down the shraddha. We are in the karma mishra bhakti. Or the karma jnana mishra bhakti. Shraddha hai kya? That's Shraddha means 100% Shraddha. That's a Sarvadharman Parityajya, the beginning of the bhakti. That is the thing. Ah, kya logic? When there is a zero bank balance, then you will be in the Shraddha. When you feel that, oh, 10 lakh rupees I kept. So all the time you are feeling that 10 lakh rupees will be protecting me. That means, what is that? Goptruptve Varanam. 10 lakhs. Rakshishyati. That means 10 lakhs will protect me. That means, okay. Don't fake it. So, seat par baith ke aranyam vyasha sunyam. So, don't fake. Better to present what you are. Better, that is good. What you are, you present that philosophy. Accept the truth. But that is our goal is not that the Karameshwar Bhakti, but where you are, you should know clearly. So don't so say big lectures and we don't need money, but you are always working. That means as a manager and saving the balance and hiding and stealing. These are all. No, that is not the Sharanagati actually. Of course, Sharanagati is not a just outside element, it is internal consciousness, but it's very highly demand. It's not so cheap actually, it demands so much. Okay, next, gunaha srujanti karmani gune anusrujate gunan jivastu guna samyuktah bhungte karma phalanyasau. So translation, the material senses create material activities, either pious or sinful, and the modes of nature set the material senses into motion. The living entity, being fully engaged by the material senses and modes of nature, experiences the various results of fruitive work. Material senses create material activities. Yes, that we have. That is uncontrolled senses are cause for the various activities, either pious or sinful. That only na we saw. That's uncontrolled senses. Pravritti, from where it starts, because of the uncontrolled sense, pravritti starts. So that can be the good or bad. So those activities can be good activities or bad activities that can incur the piety or the sin. And the modes of the nature set the material senses into motion. So nakaschit shanamapi jat tishtatya karmakrit. So these modes are always pulling us towards doing some activities. So material senses into motion. The living entity, being fully engaged by the material senses and modes of nature, experiences the various results of fruitive work. So ultimately, Krishna is showing his philosophy. Now he is explaining, hey, Jaimini, you first accept these three modes and the Jivatma. And Jivatma is influenced by these modes. And because of this influence of the modes, we are doing sometimes sinful and sometimes we are doing the pious activities. So that is causing for giving the various results for your fruitive works. So that's why he's opening the door for the philosophy. Etenaiva swayam ishwaratvat avishkarena ishwara bhavangikaraha parityaktah. So finally till now what he explained. So Jaimini is not accepting the Ishvara. Now Krishna You are fully controlled. That means because your senses, pravritti marga, what is the entry door for the pravritti? Pravritti marga entry door is what? Uncontrolled senses. That means you are not the controller of the senses. That means there is a one more controller of the senses. That means there is Ishvara. He brought to the point this. If this pravritti is karmi, that means who do the fruitive activities based upon the vidhi, based upon the Vedas. Crossing those rules and regulations of the Vedas and doing the fruitive activity. That is vikarmi. And what is the foundational step for them? Uncontrolled senses. That means they are not the controller of their senses. So that means someone is there, the controller. Who is that? That is Ishvara. So that means by the explanation of this pravritti of these two types, so he is finally, Krishna is establishing. So you are uncontrolled man. So you need to accept the controller. So how those are all controlled? By the Lord's gunas. Gunas are controlling. That philosophy is explaining here. Even whole Bhagavad Gita comes into this picture. Total Bhagavad Gita. This much only. Nothing. Only just you have to go in details of this or in details of that. Madhuri Kadambini is that. And this much. This Jiva Goswami gave this diagram. It's not my diagram. Jiva Goswami from the Bhakti Sandarbha. This diagram. Karmarpanam and entry door. So okay, next. Anyadapi praudhya purvam angikrutam nirakaroti chaturbihi. So that means previously, okay, someone can do expertly the activities. So like that, some things Krishna accept na. So everything now he is rejecting in sum total. What you are not at all having any control on you. Finally, he is bringing that. Tatra yaduktam karma kartru bhoktru rupa eva atma iti tan nirakaroti. What is Jaimini's philosophy? Atma is nothing but what? Is the enjoyer and is the doer of the karma. So that is the swarupa of the Atma according to the Jaimini. That is rejected here. That is rejected. What he is saying? Gunaha indriyani karmani srujanti natu atma. Atma is not the is the really a doer. Prakriter gunaihi. What is it? Prakriti kriyamanani karma. Gunai karmani. So Prakriti's gunas are doing the activities, Babu, not the Atma. So you have to see that. So these are all, you are thinking that this body is you, total body and everything. But these are all what? Out of gunas. Gunas are making the senses. Gunas are making the activities. Stimulation to some activities. So, natu Atma. Atma is pure. Shuddhopi, Shuddhopi, Vichiste, Avishuddha Kartuhu. Jadabharata is saying, Atma is pure. And all these, so impurities we are seeing. So that is because of modes. Because of Atma is now, then why Atma is Shuddha, then why it is entering into the modes? Are the products of the modes? Because of the influence of Ajnana, ignorance. Why then ignorance is there with this? Because not having the knowledge about the Paratattvam. That's all. This much you should clear to any new people. This much if you clear, then they will understand basic philosophy. Whole philosophy comes into this. Or Atmaihi indriyani pravartanti karmani karoti chet. Na ityaha. That's why Atma is not doing the activities and Atma is not making the senses. Who is gunas are making the senses, or gunas are the cause for the happening the activities. Sattvadi gunaha indriya gunan indriyanyanu srujyante. Sattvadi gunaha. That means what kind? Who's making the senses? So from which ahankara they are coming? From the rasika ahankara. Yes. All the working senses and knowledge senses are coming from rasika ahankara. And also what is coming? Intelligence. From the tamasika ahankara we get panch tanmatras and panch mahabhutas. And from the satvika ahankara, mind and controlling deities. Okay. So gunas are making. Ata atmanah kartrutvam tavat nasti. That's why atma, what you are thinking, that is not the real doer. So first of all, he understood atma as a misunderstanding. Along with all the total body, he is thinking it as the atma, and that is the doer. That means whole body is the doer, na? So that's why he is saying, Jaimini is thinking that whole body is the atma. But now we are separating. So this is atma and this is product of the gunas. And then who is really doer? Gunas are the doer, not the atma. And tavat nasi bhoktrutvam api aupadikam. Even bhoktrutvam, enjoyment is not. So atma is not enjoying. So but it is the atma which is in the ignorance that is enjoying. So the pure jivatma doesn't have any role in the enjoying this material pleasure or pain. No. Guna samyukta. That means the atma, guna samyukta atma, that is enjoying. So like that he gave the clarification. Philosophy, he made philosophy. Is all of you know this. Next, yavat syad guna vaishamyam tavan nanatvam atmanah nanatvam atmano yavat paratantyam tadaivahi. Translation: as long as the living entity thinks that the modes of material nature have separate existence, he will be obliged to take birth in many different forms and will experience varieties of material existence. Therefore, the living entity remains completely dependent on fruitive activities under the modes of nature. Why Tirumala is not sleeping today? Karma Mimamsak Tirumala is interesting. Mimamsak is a philosopher actually. As a Vedanta, he is studying Vedanta, you know. Vedanta, essentials of Vedanta he is studying. So, Adhato Brahma Jignasa is. Even I have two more students, our Ramakrishna Prabhu and also Mother Radharani. The one and only student. Mother Radharani. Choktatmanah nanatvam tadapi aupadikam iha aha ityaha. So as long as the living entity thinks that the modes of material nature have separate existence, so then what? He will be obliged to take birth in many different forms and will experience varieties of material. Therefore, the living entity remains. That means Prakriti is doer, if anyone take. Prakriti is, that means Ishvara is not there. And that means this everything is, that means Atma along with the Upadi. So is the independent doer. If you take, then he will be in the, all the time he will be in the bondage. That's the point here Krishna is saying. If you take, so Atma along with the Upadi as the permanent and independent doer, then you will be. But now we are saying what? Krishna is differentiating. This Atma is different and this Prakriti is different and this is also controlled by Lord and this is also controlled by Lord. So like that, he is clarifying the things. So finally he is saying, Nanu Atmanah ekatve katam paratantriyam yuktam katam va lokapaladinam api mad bhayam ityuktam tu tvaya ityatraha nanatvam asti. That means Purvapakshi is asking that Nanu Atma Hekati, if Atma is only one, how it is possible Paratantrium? You said Paratantrium. And also how the Lokapalas also having the fear of you. So all this, how it is possible? Then it is said Nanatvanaha. So next, yavadasya swatantratvam tavadishvarato bhayam yayetat samupaseran te muhyanti shucharpita. The conditioned soul who remains dependent on fruitive activities under the material modes of material nature will continue to fear me. Continue to fear me. Fear. Okay. The Supreme Personality of God, since I impose the results of one's fruitive activities, those who accept the material concept of life, taking the variegatedness of the modes of nature to be factual, devotee themselves to material enjoyment and are therefore always absorbed in the lamentation and grief. Yavad asya aswatantriyatvam tavad ishvaratah bhayam. That means if you don't accept, uh, so yavat syati gunavaishamyam tavat nanatvam atmanah. So that means so till the time, so in the 32, if you see, till the time if he what is that, if he thinks that the modes of material nature have separate existence, then he will be having the different bodies, and he will be also dependent, and he will be not independent, and he will be paratantri. That means he is controlled, and till the time he is controlled by the modes, then he will be getting all the time fear of the Lord. So that's why one what has to do, yayeta samupasiran te muhyanti shucharpitah. So that's why they are keep on getting the pain. Simple. What is there? So if someone is influenced by the modes and is clutches in the modes, then he will be not having any independence because modes are controlling him. So then till the time he is in the modes of control, he will be getting the fear. That is a simple. Fear in the form of kala and many, like you see, you have 1 kg gold and you have fear of someone's thieves may steal it. So that kind of fear, many kinds of fear.
Everyone is they are struggling to gain something, and another is everyone is fear to lose something. So in this material world, is true thing is there automatically.
Yes. Echa ghudam avipretam pravrittireva shreyasi iti tatraha. Gunavaishamyam, that means tatkrutam bhogam karmacha ityardha upasiren te lokadina manityatvat shucharpitaha protaha santaha muhyanti. So that means if they are influenced by the modes, because they are not accepting the modes are controlled by the Supreme Lord and modes are controlling their activities, then in that case, so they will be getting the different types of the bodies in the different planets, and those are all temporary. Then that's why they are always getting the muhyanti. That means they are getting the lament. They lament. Next, kala atmagamo lokaha स्वभावो धर्म एव च इति मां बहुधा प्राहुर गुण व्यतिकरे सति. Then he is explaining, hey, you know, who am I? I am the cause of changes in the modes, that is time. Kala Atma. When there is a agitation and interaction of the material modes of the nature, the living entities then describe me in various ways, such as all powerful time, the self, the Vedic knowledge, the universe, one's own nature, religious ceremonies, and so on. So people, how they see the Lord, Mom, people, they know in me in the form of time, in the form of self, in the form of knowledge, in the form of universe, in the form of the one's own nature and religious ceremonies. स्वभाव धर्म एव च इति मां बहुधा प्राहुर गुणव्यतिकरे sati. When the changes, what is happening here, when there is a change in the modes, then people are seeing so Lord in the form of time. If there is no change in the modes, can you see the any change in the time? No. So that's why change in the time is actual time is cause for a change in the modes. So that's a change in the modes are reflecting the presence of the time. So that's why when there is a change in the modes, one people will be coming to know Krishna in the form of time. Krishna also they are seeing in the form of planets and also nature and religious activities and so on. So na kevalam anityata matram kintu maya mayatvam api ityaha kala swabhavah devatvadi parinama hetuhu dharmah tadbhoga karanam gunavyatikarehe maya kshobhe sati mameva prahur na mad vyatiriktaah santi. Finally, Uddhava is asking some questions to open the next chapter. Those questions we'll just go through. 36, 35 and 36. What he is asking? Sri Uddhava Vacha Guneshu Vartamanopi Dehajeshwana Pavrutaha Gunairna Vardate Badyate Dehi Badyate Vakatam Vibhu. What said actually in the till now final story is what Krishna's story. Krishna is telling that hey, modes are the cause for the various activities. So that means all the different objects are created here by the modes, and modes is also cause for the karma, and modes are the cause for the different objects. So that's why Jivatma is being influenced by these modes, so they are doing that. So now Uddhava is expertly asking, a guneshu vartamanopi deheshu anapavrutah gunaih na badyate. Being in this material world, being in the surrounded by the gunas, but still how he can be not entangled by the gunas? How it can possible? Krishna is asking that. And also, so gunaih na badyate dehi badyate va khatam vibho. That means how it is entangled and it is not entangled. That you explain. Even Jivatma is surrounded by the gunas. How it is possible for that Jivatma to not to be entangled and to be entangled? How it is? So Sri Uddhava said, "Oh my Lord, a living entity situated within the material body is surrounded by the modes of nature and the unhappiness and distress that are born of activities caused by these modes. How is it possible that he is not bound by this material encirclement? How is it possible that he is not bound by this material encirclement? It may also be said that the living entity is ultimately transcendental and has nothing to do with the material world. Then how is he ever bound by material nature?" Actually, they wrote from the, I think, Sridhar Swami. So they are elaborating. This translation is elaborated translation. It's not the direct translation here. So how Jivatma, this is Jivatma, is surrounded by the gunas. So how it is possible of not surrounded and surrounded by the, when it is said as surrounded by the modes? How? And also how it can be so relieved from the binding of those modes. So like that he's asking. So now Sridhar Swami Tatah Nivrittireva Muktir Hetutvat Shreyasi iti Siddham. Finally what? So Nivritti is only the ultimate. So Pravritti is not at all useful. It is giving the pain only. That he said finally. Then evam tavadeva eva atma tasya cha guna karya deha sambandha krutah samsarah atmagnanacha muktir ityuktam vilakshana stula sukshmat ityadina. So that's why tavadeva atma, that means this atma tasya guna karya deha sambandha krutah. So this atma is getting the deha which is made up of gunas. Okay, and next sanghas, then it is getting the, because of this deha, then it is getting the samsara. And next, so atma gnana, when this atma is getting the atma gnanam, that means about the self knowledge, then it is liberation. That is cause for the liberation. Tadeva mata ityadina. Tad evacha mat vilakshana, a sloka reference, that is. That's we don't need to. Tadevacha matantara nirasena drudi atha esham ityadina. So this is the main point. Actually, in the first 13 slokas, what you read. So by cultivating of the knowledge, what one is liberated or not. Then after that, we have seen the from the 14 onwards till here, till 34, we have seen all these slokas are using the other mata. That means you, by refuting the Jaimini's mata, we also established that so nivritti is only the best, liberation is only the best, pravritti is not good. That we established by using the 14 to 34. So that's next. Matanta drudikrutam atha esham ityadina. Tatra pruchati guneshviti ayamartha guneshu asatsu muktihi satsu eva. Guneshu satsu muktihi satsu eva va. Asatsu or satsu. So what is the meaning of mukti? So mukti means even one is in the guna, so mukti is possible or not possible. Adye gnana sadhana bhavat na muktihi. Dvitiye cha guneshu vartamanopi tatkarya dehadishu karmasu sukadishu cha khatam na badhyate. So here he is asking. So Uddhava is asking. So one who is in the gunas, so he is bounded by the gunas or not? If he is bounded by the gunas, guneshu asatsu muktihi satsu eva. So if he is not in the gunas, then there is no bondage, there is a mukti. And adhya, okay, I'm feeling tired actually. Tomorrow I'll see these 3 questions. So anyway, we'll start chapter with these questions and chapter will be continued answers. Because of 2.5 hours regular. Three slokas we'll see tomorrow. It will not take much time. Okay. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.